Tell me a little bit about what has been going on in your life since the conference.
It was so powerful just going and meeting all of you guys, and you're in a room of powerful people get motivated to just keep going, right? Keep pushing. And like a mutual friend of ours, Jose says, it's not over until I win. And we're fighting. It's been amazing. And even during this quarantine, people always you hear them complain, oh my gosh, we're quarantined and the virus and all these things. To be 100% honest with you, it's been a blessing in disguise for me because the opportunities have just been pouring in, and I'm very, very grateful to God for that. When you have that faith that you hang on to, it's been awesome. So, expanding the business, providing services, do what I love to do, and it's amazing.
Well, is it different what you do to what other people do, right? So
Yeah.
you have a foundation, an organization that it's basically for people that have been disabled or going through some kind of disability, right? So tell me a little bit about that.
Right. So my goal is simple. It's to empower and provide services to individuals with disabilities. And the reason that I'm passionate about that is because I have a physical disability. And so people won't really notice until I get up and I start walking, and I start walking with my cane, right? So I know what it's like not to have that. I know what it's like to be told, no, you can't. No, you won't. You can't work. You're going to lose benefits. You will never thrive. And because I lived through all of that, I've been empowered with the resources and the will to help other people like myself. Unfortunately, we live in a society where people with disabilities are yet to be valued. We're still seen as unable, as crippled, as handicapped, and all those negative terms that we don't use anymore. So I want to change that. I want to change the face of disability and let people know that yes, we can. Like my name is Yesse, so I always use yes with Yesse.
You do, you do.
If yes, because if you know me, we're gonna make it happen. I don't care how you make it happen, right? But I do that through providing, being the connector between the services and people. I think that's very important. Whether it's benefits counseling, Social Security, Medicaid, SSI. I lost my benefits. How do I get it? I'm working and I still receive my benefits. Social inclusion in the community. I'm sure you've seen fun inclusion, promoting inclusion while having fun. I always kid around and say I corrupt people with disabilities and make them have fun, right? It could be a simple information and referral, a simple phone call. Sometimes I just have to be the voice for somebody that maybe doesn't have the voice, or it's not misunderstood for that matter. So benefits counseling, employment services. I do job coaching, supported employment, supported living. You name it,
You
I'm
do
there.
it. No, and that was the thing that I really connected with you because I looked at cancer, of course, as a blessing. Cancer revealed my purpose. And I said
Right.
this to you. Your purpose is being revealed through your condition or whatever. This is your type of cancer, right? This is a disability. What's interesting about you is that you're right. You don't even know there's anything about you that's not normal until you literally start walking or doing something. If you stand in front of a room, you have no idea. Like literally, you just don't believe. You didn't come in a wheelchair. You came with like a
Okay.
baston, cane, and you literally got up. You sat. You went to the other room. You came back, and you were like, "This, I don't need any help. I got this." But you
Right.
did it in a way where you weren't even paying attention to the room. You weren't even paying attention to anyone anymore. You've overcome that fear. And I
Yes.
think that because you've overcome that fear, it leads you to understand people's fears, especially when you feel so vulnerable and you feel like everyone is watching you because you're not the norm, right? And I know what that feels like because I remember I told you in the seminar, I felt like I was an alien when I was going through chemo and I looked like ET, and so I get that feeling. I felt that feeling because I didn't want anybody to see me. But you know what? You have overcome it, and that was so special that when you were sharing your story a little bit with the women at the conference, you were able to share it in a way where there was no fear in your voice. There was absolutely nothing about you that you felt you didn't feel abnormal. You felt very, very normal, and you felt like, listen, I can be in this room and I can own this room, and that's what impressed me so much about you.
Oh my gosh, so many things about that, and I'm getting teary-eyed. Once upon a time, I did feel disabled. I did feel like I didn't belong. I did feel like I didn't have a voice. But it wasn't until I became empowered with the resources and the information that I needed to become who I knew I am. It wasn't until then that I lost that fear of the unknown, of are they looking at me? Are they making fun of me? I'm different. Once I became equipped with the resources, once I surrounded myself by the right people, once I surrounded myself by the way I want, by the people of which I wanted to relate to, the way that I wanted people to see me, those are the same people that I surrounded myself with. I hope that makes sense.
Absolutely.
When I did that, the fear just went away. It's like you can accomplish anything you set your mind to do, and you know that you have to support how to do it. And that is the most important thing.
So let me make sure I get so it's disability programs and training, right? Disability program and training. I'm going to put the link on the description so you guys don't have to worry about anything like that. I'm also going to put a link to her radio show. She is a radio host, and she's able to empower through experiences. She's able to share people's experiences and empower many people to basically find hope. But I also want to describe what she's talking about. She's talking about the resources. What she's talking about is she is that person in between you and the lawmakers. She is that person between you and the government. She is that person between you and anything resourceful from the county, from the anything regarding your city. She is able to share with you what a lot of people don't get the chance to learn. And the reason they don't get a chance to learn is because the disability itself is overwhelming. So when you can have someone that can listen to you and that can share with you that their resources are there and they can make it very simple for you to understand, that is such a life-changing experience. And that to me was the reason that I've been wanting to interview you, because I want people to get to know you. I want people to get to know your story. And more importantly, I want people to be able to reach out to you and your organization to learn that they don't, even though it's overwhelming what they're going through, that you're going to be there for them. And that is one thing I learned about you by meeting you. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it was a last minute thing. She called that morning. She said, can I still come? And she came to the conference. And it was such a blessing. It was a divine appointment, Yesse. I told you this when I met you. And I said to you, I cannot wait to share the stage with you. I cannot wait to share more things with you.
I'm looking forward to that. And it's funny because when I learned about the event, the first thing I did was, look up the links and Google and everything. And we have mutual contact. When I read and I heard your story, needless to say, I was tears. But you are a prime example of a story of a fighter, but I can only imagine as someone that was diagnosed with cancer, having somebody there to give you the resources and that helping hand to be like, this is where you have to go, what you qualify for, this is how you get it, and whether it's cancer, whether it's a spinal cord injury, I was born with my disability. I know no different. So that's a totally different world from someone that becomes sick or gets a disability later in life. Totally different.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing for me is the fact that I was a healthy 29-year-old man. Then at 31, when I had to battle for the second time, and I go through this death sentence, and I go down to 124 pounds. That's the difference. I knew what it was to feel good, and that is where me and Jose, our friend, we have a mutual friend, Jose Flores, who I already interviewed for this show. He was actually the first episode. Jose Flores was healthy for almost 18 years of his life, or a little bit more, and then his disability started to come up, and now he lives in a wheelchair. And so when I tell people, it's like we're all at some point going to have to go through some challenge. I promise you that. There is going to be challenge. Nothing in life will ever be perfect. But for someone like myself that was there, come over the hump, kind of come over the mountain, and was able to battle because of God's grace and God's strength. And then I listened to someone like you that was born with a disability, and yet I can only imagine as a child all the stuff that you went through, and to get to the point where you are today and feel so strong about your message, and understand that like, it's almost like when you talk to these kids, I can only imagine what these kids are feeling, and you're like telling them, listen, look at me and look what I'm doing. And here's the thing, Yesse, I told you this, you're gonna touch so many more people than an able person. Listen to that. You're gonna talk, because of your disability, you're gonna have the ability to touch even millions of people because of that. But here's the thing, at some point, you gotta believe that there is a purpose behind the challenge.
Yes, that is everything. That is everything. I have to believe that there is a purpose. Whether you believe in God, I am a believer. I'm in a church right now. This place has given me incredible opportunities of ministry and acceptance, diversity. With everything going on in the world right now, what we need is acceptance, inclusion, and diversity, and that's what my life is all about. And it's really important. And if my story can help one person,
Amen. I say the same thing, right? So let's talk about this show. I created this show because I wanted to bring people that are life changers to this show to share one word with you, and to define that word, to give you hope, to give you some inspiration and some motivation that you too can make it through whatever you're going through. So what is the word, Yesse, that has gotten you through all the hard times, or even this season of quarantine, this season of what we're going through right now? What is one word that you feel that has gotten you through all those challenges?
one word that me, not only through all of those challenges, but through life in general, for my short 34 going on 20, is community.
Community. Okay.
Community. I believe that nobody, I don't care who it is, nobody can do life alone. Whether you have a disability or not, I don't care what you look like, it's community. People need people. And I always say that in my post, people need people, and it's all about inclusion and diversity. Something as short as COVID-19, when it first started, I was viral. I was like, my students, they were calling me that they were getting in trouble, all these negative things. And if it wouldn't have been for my community, my family, friends, and my pastor, I don't know where I would be right now, when it comes to your mindset. And that is very important. Mindset is everything.
Amen. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for making time today to come on Life Changers for Life. Yes, he is a life changer. I will make sure that I give you all the information on the description of this video. But I will tell you this, community is not only a word for her, but I also can relate to that word. I have to say that there is a whole community that was behind me, that supported me when I went through cancer. I wouldn't be here without them. I know God had a big part to do with it. He healed me. I had to do my part and get up and believe that I too could live through cancer. Like Yesse, she gets up every day, no matter what. She knows she has a purpose. But yes, we do need community. We need people that support us. We need people that believe in us. Because without them, we don't get a chance to break through the challenges that are coming ahead. There is only so much that you can do by yourself. I promise you, you have the power to do a lot by yourself, and you will. And you'll be successful to a degree. But there's going to come a time where you're going to need others to support you, to believe in you, and to push you. So I truly believe in your word of community, because we do need one another. And at a time like this, in the atmosphere that we're living right now, we truly need community and support. We truly need believers, people that do believe in love, and in giving to others and understanding others' disabilities, challenges, or trials. We need understanding, and community is where it begins. We believe that if we have a community and we have that support, there's nothing that can stand in our way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you, and I want to thank Yesse again for her time today, for being part of Life Changers for Life. I hope that the word community today, especially today, means something more than the norm. And then you can start to build your community around you to support your dreams and to help you through your trials and challenges or your disabilities. And like I always say, I leave you with my message: to find hope, have faith, and live every day with a purpose.